Good afternoon and welcome to a very wet, damp Essex on today, which is Thursday the 15th of January. Hope you're all good and well. Going to start today. I realised that because I didn't come back to work till about the 6th of January, I never spoke about how I got on with payments at the end of December for the work I did in November. The previous month I'd had 100% success rate of payment on time. Not quite so for the end of December. Only one company let me down. I sat going through everything on New Year's Day and the day after that, the 2nd. Everybody had paid me, which I was a little bit surprised that one company hadn't, and it was a little bit as well my own fault. I did a job for them. I'd done a job in the past for them many months ago. I did a job on the 11th of November and payment terms for 30 days, date of invoice, so that was due on the 11th, 12th of December. And because we're busy with work and it's that time of year, we're busy with everything else in our life, I didn't really check and I didn't chase it up. So I did make a phone call on Monday the 5th of January to them, first thing in the morning at 8:15 to the accounts department, and asked about payment, and she said, I'll ring you back, leave it with me and I'll call you back. No call came back at all during the course of the day, so I rang again the next morning, spoke to someone else in the accounts department. Yes, okay, yeah, you'll be paid today, we will pay you today, don't worry. Okay, so I went away. I didn't actually look till the morning of Thursday, which was now the 8th, and I hadn't been paid, still hadn't been paid. So, whilst I was having my breakfast, an hour or so later, I dropped off a rather stroppy email to the company. They've got two email addresses, so that they both got copied in on it. And did my normal, basically said, look, you don't pay by 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, I'll get the debt collectors involved. I looked again on Friday morning. I looked Thursday afternoon, it hadn't been paid, and I looked Friday morning, and it had been paid by SmartPay. Yeah, so I got my money. That was Airport Link Services. I'm going to name them because they didn't pay me on time. It was fair enough a month late. So yeah, I've got no problem in naming them. Anyway, other than that, everybody paid, so that was all good. For those of you that are new to working as a courier driver and maybe on the CX, this may be your first one of January, do just a little bit of advice. Just do keep on top of payments. This is the time of year now where firms will go pop. A lot of shippers, couriers have more favourable terms with their customers for payment than they pay us. It might be 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. So a lot of couriers will now have received or be receiving their money for the work they did in December. But because January is quiet and they're now looking at their books and they're thinking, oh, we're not going to have a lot coming in next month, but we've still got all our overheads, might be staff, might be office expenses. And because the one we've all got at the end of January is to pay the tax man. And as we know, you should always pay the tax man first. He should always be the one on top of the list, because if you don't, it will give you a world of problems. And therefore, when sometimes companies, especially some of these very small companies and bedroom shippers, look at their bank account and look at what's coming in and what's got to go out, it's time to go pop and disappear. So yeah, do keep on top of it, and you know, if someone is a day late already, just a little phone call and reminder. They might still go out of business, but there's always a chance you might be higher up the list than some other people and get paid. Anyway, on to today, and yeah, just about okay today, just about okay. I'm going to change the name of my company from Paul Glibbery Transport, I think, to Wait and Return Transport. As I mentioned the other day, I think I've done one in about 2 years, and I've got another one, 3 already this year. Rather worrying. And a job popped up on the system yesterday afternoon. I was on my way home. I had that afternoon off with my mates yesterday, which was very nice. Job from Coggeshall. Now, Coggeshall is just south of Colchester, just off the A12 on the A120 that runs across the Braintree. And it was a large van job going to Potters Bar and return back to Coggeshall. A round trip of 108 miles. Pricing you know, I went with £110. I thought maybe slightly ambitious, but I got the job. It's probably the second biggest shipper I work with, Essex-based courier. So they know I do a good job. I've done loads of jobs for them, and that I spoke yesterday about your feedback not making much difference. Maybe on this occasion it did, I don't know. Anyway, on site this morning, it was 7 o'clock pickup, which was nice as well. On site for 6:45. I was off site at 7:05. It was one pallet, 500 kilos, but it was very tall, just literally 1 centimetre underneath the catches on the doors, getting it in. But we got it in, strapped it all down, it was nice and secure. So off site 7:05, about an hour and 25 minutes to get down to Potters Bar with the traffic, normal pinch points on the A120 and the M11, and then the M25. Always that standard accident there at the A10. Yeah, so on site 8:30. They took the pallet off. They knew there was something to go back. They just had to swap the machine. It was like a machine. They just needed to take the one going back out and put the new one in. So the guy was really nice. He said it's going to be about 20 minutes. We've just got to swap these over, and I've got to put some shrink wrapping around it to make it all safe and secure. He asked me if I wanted to use the toilet, which was very nice, because most companies, you know, not over enthusiastic about you doing that, and that was fine. And it was in about 20 minutes, just over. They brought the pallet back out again, got it on board, and got it strapped down, and I was off site for 9:10. A little bit quicker getting back to Coggeshall, and I was there for 10:20 and all offloaded by 10:35 off site. Quick look, nothing there, just literally half a mile down the road there's a lovely garden centre with loads of parking, toilets and a nice little cafe. So I thought I'm going to go and treat myself to a cup of coffee there, which I did. Wasn't an awful lot on the feed, I wasn't expecting. We know how it is. And just as I was finishing my coffee, there was a little job came up from Bishop Stortford, which was about half an hour back down the A120 past Stansted Airport, 30 minutes say away. Small van job, one box, going down to Greenhithe, Dartford. 39 miles. I put £50 on it, and I got it. Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. I wasn't sure if that was going to be a little bit ambitious in the market, but got that. Obviously, I've got the £3.60 Dartford tunnel to pay. So half an hour to Bishop Stortford. Got it on just before 12 o'clock, I think it was, and I thought that's fine because it's going to be about an hour to get there. Empty at 1. I can get some lunch and have a stroll and see what's about. And that was the case. Empty at 1 o'clock. Nothing there. And at 2 o'clock I decided I'm going to leave the Dartford area, make my way back through the tunnel before it gets too congested. There was a job came up from Bow, London E3 going to Colchester, 64 miles. I put a price of £50 on that. It was about 40 minutes to get there. Regular shipper again I do work for. They did ring me, said the job's yours, lovely, and literally put the phone down. 10 seconds later they rang me back and the job had cancelled. They hadn't even sent the job through on the CX. So a little bit disappointing, but at least I hadn't gone out my way. Still came through the tunnel, and I'm just making my way home. There's an accident on the M25, so I've got to come down the A13 and up the A130. Something comes up, great. I'm not really expecting it. There's not a lot on the feed at all. There's not even much there for tomorrow. There was one job of interest. I thought I might have a little long journey tomorrow. There was a job from Chelmsford, pick up 8 o'clock in the morning, going to Manchester. Can't remember which postcode. 237 miles. I put a really cheap price, small van, put a really cheap price for me on at 210, just purely because I thought I might fancy a run out, but I didn't get it. And that's probably my number one supplier of work. So again, that's gone really, really cheap, which is fine. It's fine. I don't want to do it for any less than 210, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Yeah, that's about it then for today. Another day, 2 jobs, 110 and the 50, 160, just below target, but you know, we've all got to be a little bit more flexible in January, so I'm not going to get too upset about it. I'm quite happy. It's been a day actually where the traffic on the roads has been fine. There's been no big hold-ups. All the drop-offs and collections have been fine. All been good people. It's actually all stuff I've been to all the places, apart from the delivery to Greenhive. I've been to them all before, so that always helps. That makes life a little bit easier. And that's it. So I'm going to call it a day there. Make my way home. Should be home nice and easily for 4 o'clock, and put my feet up and relax. So we'll go again tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings, being a Friday. Hope you're all good. Take care, and we'll talk tomorrow. All the best now. Cheers, Paul.